So, what after biotechnology? Career and research prospects. So, before moving ahead with career prospects, let me ask you a question. Is like what you actually understand by biotechnology? You must be thinking like, why is he asking such question? But yes, it is very important to clear your mind that what is actually biotechnology, what is the basics and or the fundamental of biotechnology. So s- biotechnology, if I break this term, so it can be uh, broken into two parts, that is biology plus technology. That is the study and interpretation of the biological aspects, every biological aspect. हमारे नेचर में जितने भी बायोलॉजिकल एस्पेक्ट है, हमारे नेचर में जितने भी बायोलॉजिकल एस्पेक्ट हैं, उनको अगर उनको अगर स्टडी और इंटरप्रेट करना है, और कैसे इंटरप्रेट करना है, द टेक्निक्स वी आर यूजिंग, दैट इज कॉल्ड बायोटेक्नोलॉजी. Biology plus technology. When we are using the technology to interpret and analyze the biological aspect or our nature, the components of our nature, that is called biotechnology. Now, the question is why biotechnology is important to understand. Let us suppose, like, we want to check. Of course, if you are guys are watching this video, of course, you are from biology background, I suppose. Okay. So, if I want to check any sort of mutation, mutation is basically the changes, the aberrations in our DNA sequence. So, we want to check any sort of mutation in in a particular gene. So we need to understand how to analyze the sequence of that patient's DNA. So if we want to check the mutation to identify whether that patient is suffering from any disease, most certainly cancer, because cancer is caused by the mutation of a gene, of certain gene. So if we want to check that certain, if a patient is suffering from a disease, a metastatic disease like cancer, so we need to check the mutation of in that sequence. So in that, to check the mutation in that sequence, we need to know the biotechnology or the molecular techniques or the biotech tools and techniques to analyze that patient's DNA or that patient's sequence. So that is why biotechnology is very important to understand, because as it is important because we want to quantify any biological sample or a biological parameter for certainly, that is mutation, so that we can understand that the patient or that particular parameter is how to quantify it, how to quantify that parameter. That is why it is important to understand the biotechnology. Hope it hope it is very much clear. Okay. So let's move ahead with the organizations in India who govern this field. In India, we have three major governing bodies who mainly govern the this department, which is Department of Biotechnology, Government of India. Second, Ministry of Science and Technology. And third is Biotechnology Industry Research Assistance Council, BIDAC. The main work of these departments to create this or set up this department or organizations is to function the to function every organization or every research institute or every labs which are set up in India, so that the work, so that जो बायोटेक के ऊपर जो काम हो रहा है वो अच्छे से हो। जैसे बायोटेक, अगर मैं बायोटेक की बात करूं, बायोटेक सपोर्ट करता है थ्रू फंड्स, थ्रू सिस्टम्स, दे प्रोवाइड असिस्टेंस टू दिस न्यू स्टार्टअप्स। जो बायोटेक्नोलॉजी फील्ड में जितने भी स्टार्टअप्स हैं, आज की डेट में जितने भी स्टार्टअप्स बायोटेक्नोलॉजी फील्ड में आ रहे हैं, उनको सपोर्ट करता है बायोटेक through different schemes of theirs. We will talk about it in some later webinar about it, the what are the schemes and all. But yes, BIREC actually supports all the startups which are eligible according to their rules and regulations to make their product in a large or a pilot scale. So, and Department of Biotechnology and the Ministry of Science and Technology are the governing bodies who are actually supporting the whole system. So we have understood what is biotechnology. We have understood what are the who are the governing bodies of the biotechnology field. Now, now we are like now we are like uh, thinking of now we will look on the types of biotechnology. There are different types of biotechnology. So the first type, which is red biotechnology. These color codes are actually signifies the types of biotechnology with the color. Okay. So first is red biotechnology, which signifies the health, medical and healthcare biotechnology. The red biotechnology actually signifies the health, medical and healthcare. Similarly, yellow biotechnology signifies food biotechnology or nutritional biotechnology. Blue signifies marine biotechnology. Green signifies agricultural biotechnology, environmental biotechnology, biofuels, biofertilizers, bioremediation, and geomicrobiology. These all types of biotechnology are individually a field in itself. They come under biotechnology field. Biotechnology is a big branch. There are many sub branches like cell biology, microbiology, molecular biology, cancer biology, immunology or immunobiology, ca- genetics. Like these all are different fields. Nanotechnology, nanobiotechnology, nanoforensics. There are many branches you can choose after if you want to pursue career in it in this domain. Like brown biotechnology. Brown biotechnology signifies arid zone or desert biotechnology. Like the scientist who will choose to research or go into work for desert or arid areas, study the deserts, how deserts are changing, how the geography of that desert is changing by time. That person will come under brown biotechnology. Like black will signify bioterrorism, bio warfare, bio crimes, and anti-crop warfare. Similarly, the violet biotechnology will signify IPRs. IPRs are nothing but intellectual property rights. Intellectual property rights are nothing but the products or the inventions that an individual does by research and patenting it or document it with government of India. Like this particular invention is mine. So I am protecting my invention with the help of the government, the Indian Patent Office. We will talk about it in some later webinars and all. Patents, publications. The researchers the who all are publishing their research in different domain of their interest. That will come under violet biotechnology. Then the white biotechnology. White biotechnology signifies gene-based bioindustries. The industries which work for any gene. Okay. Now, golden biotechnology. Golden biotechnology signifies bioinformatics, bioinformatics and nanobiotechnology. Bioinformatics is a field that is, we are quantifying our research or our findings in silico. There are three types of research we do. First is in vitro, which where we cultivate or we develop the any organism in the laboratory. There is that is second, like in vitro fertilization. You all have studied maybe. Second is in vivo, when we are using mouse models or humanized mouse models to study the activity of certain genes or certain parameters or biological parameters on a mouse model or a rat model on a different organism other than human beings, then we will say it is in vivo. Third, it is in silico. In silico, bioinformatics work comes under in silico. In silico is when we are quantifying or validating our research in the software, in the computer itself, like drug-drug interactions, protein-protein interactions, primer designing. When we will talk about bioinformatics in detail, we'll definitely talk about it. Then I'll make you understand what are the different aspects of bioinformatics and nanobiotechnology. Nanobiotechnology is a very complex field and a very, very important field. Nanobiotechnology is basically the particles of nanometer scale. When we are studying the particles of a nanometer scale, that means the particles whose size is 1 to 100 nanometers. So that time, that field is called nanobiotechnology. Now the gray biotechnology. The gray biotechnology is basically signifies bioprocessing and fermentation technology. Bioprocessing is something like if for example, if I am making a drug or a vaccine, very simple thing, vaccine. So we all know that we went through a COVID pandemic. Organizations like Serum Institute of India, Bharat Biotech, every organizations who were involved in vaccine production. So first of all, vaccines are produced at a laboratory scale when before it gets all the clearance from the government. After it all gets all the clearance from the government of India or any other government in like Biocon, it got the approval from US FDA and Europe, the organizations of Europe, if certain companies set up in Europe. So after they get the approval from the organization of their particular uh, government of their country, they get the clearance to produce that particular vaccine on a large scale, on a pilot scale. So when we are producing or manufacturing certain ingredients or certain vaccine or drug at a pilot scale, at a large scale, that is called basically bioprocessing engineering or fermentation technology. The very simple example of fermentation technology is production of alcohols. It's a very simple example, production of alcohols, liquor industry. So that comes under gray biotechnology. Now the question arises, what are the career prospects? The students may be asking, like, I am in class 12. If I want to choose career in biotechnology, what career prospects are there? Like job, research, or higher studies. First, I will talk about job. So job after you complete your class 12. So pursue career in BSc or BTech Biotechnology or integrated BTech plus MTech Biotechnology dual degree from a government institute or an institute of your choice. Then, if you are compassionate or competent to do job or want to pursue career in corporate sector, so you can apply in companies like Serum Institute of India, GSK, GlaxoSmithKline, Biocon, Panacea Biotech, Bharat Biotech, Sun Pharma, Dr. Reddy's Laboratories, Syngene, Novozymes, and many other MNCs like some, if you are passionate about biosensors, so you can pursue career in some biosensor based companies, or you are, if you are compassionate about any like cancer biology, immunology, so you will contact some institutes or companies who work on the cancer drugs like Sun Pharma, Bharat Biotech, Serum Institute of India. They also work for they all work Syngene, so they work for the cancer drugs or chemotherapeutic drugs or radiotherapeutic drugs. So these all are some of the MNCs or the biotech pioneers of the world. They have these companies have achieved milestones in this industry. These all are pioneers in their own domain of biotechnology. Like Novozymes. Novozymes is a leading pioneer for developing bioenzymes, the enzymes used in the experiments. Serum by Institute of India, of course, the vaccine, the COVID vaccine is developed by Serum Institute of India. Bharat Biotech. Bharat Biotech is also a pioneer for many drugs like COVID, many drugs and vaccines like, of course, COVID vaccine. So these are some of the pioneers of biotech industry. If you are compassionate or if you are passionate about doing job after your graduation, you're definitely there are many positions in these companies that are released or that are announced in their websites. You can apply through there. So you will definitely get job after your graduation. Second, if you want to pursue research, research is very much aligned to higher studies because you also know, you should know that without higher studies, you can't pursue research. Research is something you want to innovate something, you want to develop something new that is novel, that is not much common in this industry before. That is called research. If you're passionate about making something new, which is not very much talked about in the field. So pursuing research or pursuing higher studies should be your career path. For that, after you complete your BTech, you can pursue masters like MTech or MSc in biotechnology. Like I said, microbiology, genetics, bioinformatics, molecular biology, cellular biology, and many more other fields like cancer biology, cancer genetics, cancer medical immunology, and many more. So after your masters, you can pursue, for masters, you can appear for GATE exam, graduate aptitude test for engineering, then IIT JAM. If you are from maths background in maths and biology both, then you can pursue, then you can appear for IIT JAM exam for MS Biotechnology in IITs. Then if you want to pursue PhD, then you can appear for CSIR UGC NET, DPT JRF. DPT is Department of Biotechnology. JRF is Junior Research Fellow. ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, JRF, for Junior Research Fellow positions in different CSIR institutes, ISERs, IITs, ICMRs, and central and private universities and institutions. So if you want to pursue research, then this is the field, this is the career options, or these are the exams you can appear for and continue your research. Because after you complete your, if you qualify gate exam, you will be getting scholarship in your masters from MHRD. If you complete your, if you clear your CSIR net exam, CSIR institutes you can join for PhD or JRF positions, and CSIR institute will give you fellowship for SJRF and for 2 years for JRF and 3 years for SRF positions. IITs also give their fellowships. ISERs also have fellowships. Different institutes have different fellowships, and but CSIR, DPT, ICMR, GATE, these are the central organizations or the governing bodies. They provide their own fellowship. There are some of the fellowships which institutions provide, like those are called institutional fellowship. You can also apply for that also in your PhD or masters. Masters, it's very difficult to get fellowship. For masters, if you want to get if you want to avail the fellowship, you have to qualify GATE exam and enroll for masters in some IITs or ISER or any other government institutions. The students, now the students who are pursuing a dual degree, BTech plus MTech or BSMS or integrated MSc, shall apply for a PhD after taking CSIR UGC NET, DPT JRF, ICMR JRF entrance exam. So these are basically the career prospects or the career paths after you complete your biotechnology undergraduate studies. About me, I'm a final year BTech Biotechnology student at APJ Satya University, Gurugram. Currently, I am a member of American Association for Cancer Research and American Society for Clinical Pharmacology and Therapeutics. My research interest lies in cancer genetics. Of course, I have taken many a times the word cancer genetics, cancer genetics. That's why, because my interest lies in this field. Your must be your can be different. Nanotechnology and medical immunology. I am currently working on the impacts of green nanomaterials on infectious pathogens as well as on the prognosis of cancer metastasis. I am a peer reviewer in the Curious Journal of Medical Science of the Springer Nature group in the fields of oncology, internal medicine, and medical immunology. I have published research articles in different internationally reputed journals like Spandidos Publications and Elsevier. So this is my very small or a short introduction or a description about myself. Now I would welcome if you all on the mic, if you want to, if you have any doubts, thank you for your patience first. Now, if you have any doubts, please feel to ask. If you have any doubts, please feel free to ask. Do you have any doubts regarding any sort of points which you are not clear about? You want to get clear? Please ask.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, it is like beneficial to, pursue biotechnology in India or in abroad?
I would suggest I would suggest as a biotechnology undergraduate student or and a final year undergraduate student, I would suggest pursue your bachelor's uh, in India, and for masters or PhD, if you want to pursue PhD, you can apply in abroad.
Okay. Um, So, like, what are the like salary difference in India and in abroad? Is it like a very minimal, or there is a difference?
Uh, if I talk about the salary expectations or salary uh, thing, salary thing is very critical in India, of course, because if you want to settle down in India in biotechnology field, as I mentioned in my presentation also, you have noticed that it is a very vast field, right? There are
Yeah.
many uh, sub uh, sub disciplines in that. So if you want to set up your career or set up your settle down in India, I would suggest you at least complete your masters and then search for a job.
Okay, so
And
PhD isn't necessary for the.
if you want to pursue in research field, then of course it is very much necessary to do PhD, because without PhD, not no institutions or no university will hire you as a professor, as an assistant professor, or any execute any sort of researcher. They will not consider you as a researcher, because the knowledge of this field is very much limited it till the masters. If you want to go till the core of this discipline, I would suggest you pursue PhD. If you want to settle your career in corporate sector, or like job in the companies like I have mentioned, so after your PhD also you can apply, then you can expect salary hike also, like that, about your experience or research experience. If you want to apply for masters, if you complete your master and then apply for a job, then you will of course you will not get that salary benefit like you are person, like in a master's or a PhD student, like a PhD scholar will get, or a PhD complete who have the student who has completed the PhD will get.
Okay, and is it easy to get jobs in India?
Yes, it is easy. It is easy to get job in India, definitely. The market, I am revealing one thing. The market is looking for the skills, not the marks. The
Okay.
student or the scholar who wants to settle down in India after pursuing biotechnology work on the skills, not marks. If you are 9.9 CGPA in undergraduate, that doesn't mean you will be getting hired in a multinational corporation of biotechnology. If you have skills and still your CGPA is 8, if you have that skills that companies demanding from you, then you will definitely be hired, and definitely the company will pay you for your skill. That is actually India right now.
Okay, and as you mentioned, there are different, classification on the basis of color, like red or whatever it
Yes.
was. So, like the demand varies from the classifications, or is it same for every field?
Right now, if I am talking about the industry, biopharma industry, biopharmaceutical industry, bioagriculture industry, and recombinant vaccines and recombinant the precision medicine, precision oncology, that is precision cancer genetics. That is a very vast, that is a very booming field right now at this point of time. The industry is moving towards it.
Thank you so much.
Any other doubts you have?
No, no, all are resolved.
If you have any doubts, if certain doubts arise your mind, you can mail to our in our email ID. Will definitely contact you through it or response.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I hope everything is clear in your mind, right?
Yes,
Thank you so much. And please give a suitable feedback also how you like the webinar. It will be a very
sure.
helpful for us. So thank you so much, everyone. And I hope you liked this webinar. If you have watched till this end, if you want to join us, please stay connected with BioKatelyzer. And in future also we will connect with many such webinars and talks related to biotechnology. And till that, thank you so much.